recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
Welcome to Machino Music, the show that puts the music in Machino music, with your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, I'm going to be rummaging through a bin of cassette tapes. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Alright, here we go. This is very exciting. I found this bin of cassettes. Cassette tapes. Remember cassette tapes? See, they were like 8 tracks, but they weren't as clunky. Did an 8 tracks episode, so I thought, what the hell? Found this bin of cassettes. Gotta talk about cassettes. And yeah, this is really cool. And I got a sombrero. I just brought that out too. So here's a lid. Okay. Let's go through this. What do we got in here? This is like all over the place music-wise. This is just a big pile of cassettes. Hey, let's start here. Olivia Newton-John. May she rest in power. Love Olivia Newton-John. This is before Physical. Most people kind of got on the Olivia Newton-John with Physical, some Grease, but even before Grease, she was getting it done with the music. She was so good. Love her. This is all the early songs. This is like 1975, 76, 77, 73, 74 also on here, so it goes way back. It's like her first greatest hits. If You Love Me, Let Me Know. I love that song. I Love You. I Honestly Love You. Have You Ever Been Mellow? That was one of her big tunes. Don't Stop Believing on here. I should check. I don't know if that's the Journey version. I'm sure she could have replaced Steve Perry. I mean, forget Arnel Pineda. If it was, they were looking for somebody, and if it is in fact Olivia Newton doing a cover of the Journey tune, then they could have had her. But yeah, I don't know. She looks great on this. Yeah, love Olivia Newton-John. Here's Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, scribbled all over. Yeah, this is a great album. I mean, this is what the one that everybody kind of got into Bruce Springsteen. This is where everybody kind of became a Bruce fan with this one. I mean, debatable whether it's his best album ever. I mean, he has so many fantastic albums. I mean, Born to Run, Darkness on the Edge of Town. I mean, so many great Bruce Springsteen albums, but. This was the big mainstream hit. I mean, of course, the title track, Cover Me, I love that tune, one of my favorite Bruce tunes. I'm on Fire. And there's that line in I'm on Fire. I wake up in the middle of the night with a sheet soaking wet. I mean, it's supposed to be like he's sweating, but, kind of sounds like he peed the bed. Springsteen peeing the bed. Glory Days. There's that part in the video where the kid hits him with the baseball bat. Great. And there's something very soothing about seeing Bruce Springsteen just sitting watching a baseball game. And he's throwing baseballs at the beginning of the video. Glory Days. Ah, yes. Lisa and Cult Jam, Spanish Fly. Love me some Lisa and Cult Jam. 1987. With Full Force. They always made a big deal about that. Lisa was like, with Full Force. So they had Full Force with them as well. Oh man, love Lisa Cult Jam. Head to Toe. Lost in Emotion. Those are the big hits off of here. But there's some other deep cuts on here that are great. Talking Nonsense. Playing with Fire. Yeah. And Lisa, this is really crude, but not much talked about. Lisa had some of the most magnificent breasts of anybody that era. I mean, they should have called the group Lisa Lisa and Her Huge Cans. They were fabulous. Yeah. And I'm thinking about that. Won't be able to stop. Oh, how about Canadian heavy metal band Killer Dwarfs? This is the best Killer Dwarfs album. They were kind of a goofy group. They had that video Stand Tall, which is like them trying to like break into the music business. It was like really ridiculous. Like they had like posters of like Pee Wee Herman in the background. Like, really, you're a metal band? Okay. But but I like Killer Dwarfs. This is their best album. A bit of a darker album. Dirty Weapons. Yeah, this Last Laugh. Nothing Gets Nothing. Yeah, it's a good album. Killer Dwarf. That was more hair metal. Brittany Fox. Never got into this band. Boys and Heat. Yeah. This album's not bad, but you know, I've never really. They just all started sounding the same. Oh, we gotta love this. The Batman Forever soundtrack. Garbage Batman movie. Although some of it, you know, there's parts of it that are okay. Actually, this has my favorite U2 song on it. I'm not a big U2 fan. Bono, I don't like Bono. Bono with his, like, Save the Children. Yeah, you know, nice sentiment, but just shut up and sing. I don't care. You don't have to give me the message every stupid song. Every time you're on TV, every award show coming up and giving this big speech about how everybody in the world is garbage because we're not doing anything, we're not doing enough to help the starving people in the world. Yeah, okay, Bono, nice sentiment, but just go to hell, just sing songs. I don't care. That's my rant on U2. And if you're a U2 fan, I just offended you, I'm very sorry. I apologize. I'm just not a big U2 fan. But I love Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. That is a fantastic song. Love that riff. You know, tapes made these sounds. So the greatest thing about tapes, listen to that. Make the sound. I'm just going to keep doing this. It's like ASMR for people who remember cassettes. Because this was like the sound. I love it. I could just do that all day. Like shaking a maraca, but it's like very plasticky sounding. How about Testament? Often forgotten thrash metal band. Never got big into Testament. I mean, they were okay. Kind of considered one of the pioneering thrash metal bands. This is really the only album I really got by them. And then later on, the lead singer Chuck Billy started doing more like the death metal vocals, like the Cookie Monster vocals. Yeah, it kind of turned me off of Testament once I started. Well, he started doing that. But this is still pretty good. Some good tunes on here. Practice What You Preach. Yeah, it's a good album. The Peter Criss solo album. Actually, I think this is the only, at least I think that I, in this bin of the Kiss solo albums, I had them on cassette. But yeah, the Peter Criss solo album, often considered the worst of the solo albums. All the members of Kiss put out a solo album all on the same day in 1978. And yeah, this is often considered the worst one. It's like R&B tunes, which is okay. I mean, that was kind of more his background. He was like kind of an R&B guy, Motown, bar band. He had a great voice, but, you know, I mean, of course, Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley did the best albums. Like, those are the ones people say, whoa, those are... And Gene Simmons, his is just really kind of all over the place. Does some weird covers. But yeah, this is still probably the worst one. I don't mind this, but, I mean, Don't You Let Me Down was his hit song off of this. And that's a pretty good tune. How about World Wrestling Federation Superstars WrestleMania the album? Half these people are probably dead. I mean, yeah, look at it. This is like a big deal. It's just like, if you ever wanted to hear The Undertaker rapping, you get it on here. This was kind of big when it came out, but it's just ridiculous to listen to now. Yeah, it's just a wrestler singing. But it wasn't like the ones in the 80s. Somewhere I have, where is, oh yeah, here, Pile Driver, the wrestling album 2. There's also the wrestling album from 1985. This one's 1987. This one's a bit better because at least they're kind of taking it as seriously. You find like this one's kind of, I don't know. It's just the production. I don't know, kind of like this. They actually wrote songs on this. This is just like a bunch. They're just talking. The wrestlers are just talking, and it's just like it's really bad. And Simon Cowell was a producer on this. It's just hilarious to imagine him like telling like Bret the Hitman Hart. That was absolutely dreadful. But what are you gonna say? He's not a trained singer, so he probably just had to bite his lip, bite his tongue. Like I can't say anything. That's kind of why he did it. He just did it because kids like this, Def Leppard, The Vault, greatest hits. Oh, here's the probably considered the worst Judas Priest album, Turbo. This is when they decided to be a hair metal band, decided to get on that glam metal train. There's some okay tunes on this, but man, this is a pretty bad album. Ram It Down continued on that, although I do like Ram It Down. It's a bit of a heavier album. They kind of continue in the hair metal thing, but they still have some better tunes on it than this one. But then they went roaring back with Painkiller. Super heavy album. Love Painkiller, but yeah, this is their foray into glam metal. Didn't work. Actually, Out in the Cold is a good tune. I do like that one. This is like with dates. I mean, not even a big fan of these bands or really of this genre. But everyone kind of had Dookie by Green Day. Not a big Green Day fan. I mean, but this album wasn't bad. This had some good tunes on it. And of course, Basket Case was all over the place. That was the one that was like always on. The video played constantly. The song was on the radio constantly. But yeah, Basket Case. Welcome to Paradise I like. Longview. When I Come Around, that was another one all over the place. You couldn't escape that song. The video played all the time. It was always on the radio. I just remember hearing it just randomly at school. Man, you couldn't escape that. But yeah, this is a pretty big album. I haven't. I'm not even a big Green Day fan. And also The Offspring. Smash, another one that's just, Self-Esteem and Come Out and Play were all over the place. I think Bad Habit was sort of a big song too. I don't really remember. But yeah, this was just not even really fans of that, but just I have them. KC and the Sunshine Band, love it. Gotta have KC and the Sunshine Band. This is again greatest hits. So you got Shake 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 Your Booty. That's the Way I Like It. Get Down Tonight. I'm Your Boogeyman. Keep It Comin' Love. I really like that one. Boogie Shoes. Actually, one of my favorites. Sound Your Funky Horn. That was a good tune. Got Guns N' Roses. Appetite for Destruction. Probably a perfect album. This one, of course, I have replaced on CD. You have to have this. This is a great album. And you see, this is great. This is really cool. See, because on cassettes, they would have side A and side B. If they didn't have like side 1 or side 2, sometimes they put side A, side B. But Guns N' Roses put G and R because they were called G and R, you see. So, we're Guns N' Roses, we call ourselves G and R, so why not have it be, side G and side R? So if you didn't know that, you'd be confused, because you'd be like, why is it side G and side R? Well, because normally it's side A and side B. Very clever. Somebody was thinking. Oh yeah, this is a fantastic album. Love it. Top to bottom, great album. This is just an absolute mess. And we got David Lee Roth's Skyscraper. I really like the David Lee Roth solo albums. It's like, I'll show you Van Halen, and that's kind of what he did. Although Van Halen still outsold him record-wise and became even bigger without David Lee Roth. Don't want to get into a whole big debate about what era was better, the David Lee Roth era, the Van Hagar era. I like both eras of Van Halen. I absolutely love Van Halen, but this still did pretty well. Skyscraper. Although Eat 'Em and Smile is a better album, that might be in here somewhere. He put together his own super group. Got Steve Vai on guitar, who was like a disciple of Eddie Van Halen, but he kind of did his own thing. Like Steve Vai kind of had his own vibe going on, didn't just completely copy Eddie Van Halen as so many guitar players did. Yeah, love Steve Vai, so he had a different flavor to this, not just being an Eddie Van Halen clone. You got Billy Sheehan, his big thing before he formed the group Mr. Big, but he'd been in groups before. He was in the group Talus. Yeah, so he was already kind of known as this virtuoso bass player. But then also got Greg Bissonette playing drums. And he played through all the solo David Lee Roth albums. Yeah, Greg Bissonette is fantastic. One of my favorite drummers. Love Greg Bissonette. Best of Bill Cosby. I don't know if I should say anything. Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinkin' Rich. This is, again, before Cherry Pie. Everyone remembers Cherry Pie. Song that ruined this band. But yeah, this is a great album. If you only know Warrant because of Cherry Pie, check out this album. They also have some other great albums too. Dog Eat Dog is a fantastic album. But if you only know Warrant because of Cherry Pie, check out some of the tunes on here like Down Boys. Down Boys is awesome. It's like the best Warrant tune. That's my favorite Warrant tune is Down Boys. I love that song. It's great. In the Sticks, that's a great song. The ballad, Sometimes She Cries. That's a good ballad. Yeah, this is a good album. If you only know Cherry Pie, check out some more Warrant. Somewhere, Janie Lane will thank you. Survivor, Vital Signs. This is not Eye of the Tiger. I actually have Eye of the Tiger somewhere. I did have a cassette of Eye of the Tiger. But this is Vital Signs. Vixen, Edge of a Broken Heart. That was on this album. This is the self-titled Vixen album. Vixen were great. All-girl metal band. They were really cool. Let's see if we can get a photo of them. Yeah. It's like microscopic. But they were all pretty cute. They were all pretty gorgeous. I mean, if big hair is not your thing, you're looking and go, yeah, I don't like the hair. But still, they're... Oh, okay, let's end on this. Gotta end on the California Raisins. Yeah, this was a big deal. This is really exciting to have this. See, they were singing Raisins. But, if you're just listening to it, you'd go, wow, this sounds really good. Little do you know, you're actually listening to singing Raisins. Yeah. They sing the hit songs. Heard it through the grapevine? Of course, because they're Raisins. This guy was the best. This was the best Raisin. This guy with the big orange sunglasses. That guy was the best. He was just the coolest. His orange Converse, see, because they all matched. They all had different colored shoes. And there's also a blue guy with blue sunglasses. But screw that guy. It was all about the orange sunglasses Raisin. That guy was just the boss. California Raisins. So there you go. That's just a little walk down memory lane with some cassettes. I like doing this every now and again. Going through a bin of different music, just talking about random things, and it's fun for people who do remember it and actually do care. That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.